Will backyard orchard culture work with tropical fruit trees? My plan was to use backyard orchard culture to densely plant and fit as many fruit trees as I could on my 7,000 square foot lot. Tom Spellman from Dave Wilson Nursery on his YouTube video spoke about size control, successive ripening, growing what you like to eat, knowing your microclimate, and mulching. So first, this pomelo tree came with the house when we moved in. It was even bigger, and I needed professionals to come and just take the size down. Still, it was a great shade tree, but the fruit, which could grow up to 5 pounds, dropping from heights of upwards of 25 feet, became dangerous. And the fruit itself I didn't really care for, and then it just ended up giving them away. So tropicals have different growing habits from the deciduous and stone fruit trees that Tom Spellman uses. So for an example, I have a little cotto, a dwarf avocado. Let me take you to that. And I topped that tree to try and keep the size manageable. And I tried to encourage more horizontal growth. But pretty much a second central leader developed, and it continued to grow upright. Let me show you where it is. Currently filled with flowers, being pollinated now. Tipping has helped with mango and the mango relatives I've had. So yeah, a bunch of Julie mango here. Pretty much all the mangoes I've tipped to try and keep small, and for the most part they have. Lily Giro, Fairchild mango there, Cary mango, and that's helped with the mountain apple along with the macadamia nuts. I can kind of show you the macadamia nuts too. So 1, 2, 3. And tipping them to just keep them short and bushy. But even with the shrubs like acerola cherry, here's a Brazil cherry that I've pruned to keep, small and bushy. And I had to pretty much keep pruning them to maintain a shape and height, because even the shrubs have peanut butter fruit. Even the shrubs have outgrown the trees for the most part. And with the successive ripening, I planted maybe about 9 different types of avocados with the goal of having multiples fruiting throughout the year. And yeah, so right now I think I have like 4 of them currently in bloom. I don't know if you can see the Malama right there. Kahalu avocado, both blooming now. Same with the mangoes, where the kit mango there will fruit a little bit later in the year compared to most of the other summer ripening mangoes. Same with the Kasturi and the Lely Jiwo mangoes. And planting what I like. So it seems like as the fruit forest kind of matured, I've gravitated to 4 different types of fruits. So right now there's about 10 different avocados, 10 different mangoes, about 7 canistel or egg fruits, and about 7 mamey sapotes. Here's the biggest canistel here. Got a few fruits off it already. All right. And in regards to microclimate, let me take you to the front of the house, which is where the retaining wall and probably the most shaded spot of the house is. Kid-proof gate. So I'm gonna pan back. So here And over here, Microclimate. So this area is the most shaded area, so I put them shade tolerant or partial sun tolerant fruit trees here. The Mamie apple, some mountain apple, Mamie sapote, and Maprang there, and they can all tolerate partial sun. And also in the front yard, alongside the garage, right over here. So pretty much down this row, and some of these won't get a lot of the morning sun, but it'll get a lot of the late afternoon sun, and that's okay. And lastly, even though I passed it, the bananas in the backyard blocked a ton of sun as they continue to grow and expand. And lastly, about the mulch, my first and last big mulch drop came about 2 years ago. They came and dropped off about 20 mulched coconut trees. Took up this whole area there. And since then, I've kind of prioritized growing and using my existing plants here on site as mulch. Try to include more nitrogen fixers, more mulch plants. And opposite of what Tom Spellman mentions about limiting the nitrogen fixers, I've included quite a few. I still have some pigeon pea going there and there. Some of them have already kind of lived its life, and soon I'll include some Suspania. But for the most part, my most prolific ones are the moringa and apple banana dwarf, which I've currently been using a ton just as mulch, and just planted some moringas down here to kind of use as mulch plants down there. So there, and there's a couple others over there as well. So that's it. Next project, I am including more native Hawaiian plants as support species and just more diversity. All right, thanks for sticking with me this long video for me. All right, thank you. Take care.